All right, so let's plan our route. So this is trying to map out where we're trying to visit. Where are we going on this vacation? On this little trip of ours. So you're going to list the cities that you would like to visit on the trip. I'm going to show you how to do that in a moment. You need to include the attractions that you want to see. So while you're in those cities, what do you want to go do? What do you want to visit? What do you want to see? You can do multiple in one city, and I'll show you an example of that below as well. But you need to have at least 5. And if you don't really know anything that's going on in those cities, you can look up things such as concerts or shows or games or something like that. How many nights would you like to stay in each city? You can stay in one city for multiple nights. And you can travel anywhere in the continental US, but you do need to start and end at Parkville. So just make sure that wherever you go, you can still get back. The continental United States means the 48 states that are all connected, which means they are in driving distance. So like Hawaii is an island. You can't get there driving. And then we're only talking about just the United States. So just keep that in mind. And then you must not travel for more than 10 hours in a day. So if it takes you 12 hours to get to some location, that means you have to stop in a city along the way and stay the night there, and then you can continue on that next day. So let's do an example. So from Parkville, I'm going to drive to St. Louis. And you'll notice as soon as I write St. Louis shows up in the next box right below it because that will be our starting point for the next one. So then miles. To figure this out, I'm going to go to Google Maps and I'm going to type in St. Louis, Missouri. And then I'm going to click directions. And we're just getting an estimate. So I'm going from, so my starting point is Parkville, Missouri. And I'm going to St. Louis. And so that's about 4 hours and 3 minutes. And so that is 258 miles. So I'm going to write, I already forgot how many miles, 258 miles. The number of hours, we're just going to call that 4. If it was like 4 hours and 30 minutes, then we would put 4.5. But like I said, this is kind of just estimating. Number of nights, I'm just going to stay in St. Louis for one night. And while I'm there, I'm going to go and visit the St. Louis Arch. And then I'm also going to go to a Blues hockey game. They're in the playoffs, why not? And then I'll go on to my next city. So from St. Louis, I'm going to go to Chicago. And again, you'll see that'll show up in the next box below. So then I'm going to go over here, and now my starting point is St. Louis. And I'm going to go to Chicago, Illinois. And that's 4 hours and 35 minutes, 297 miles. So this is 297. This we would call about 4.5 hours. And I'm going to stay in Chicago for 2 nights. And while I'm there, I'm going to go see the Bean. I'm going to visit the city. If you don't know what the Bean is, you should look it up. It's kind of cool. And then I'm at 3 nights total. I need 5. So then I'm going to hit up Nashville. And then I'm going to pause this video and complete the rest. That way you can kind of see the game plan here. So in Nashville, we're going to go see the Country Music Hall of Fame. Then we're going to head from Nashville, start making our way back home. And we're going to stop in Columbia, Missouri, visit the University of Missouri, see those columns. And then from Columbia, head back to Parkville. So you'll see that my total nights are 5, so I met the requirement there. And then we also went and saw 5 different things. We visited the Arch, went to a blues game. There's 2. Went to go see the Bean in the city. And then went to the Country Music Hall of Fame, visited the University of Missouri, and then we just went home. So now your turn.